and welcome to Success Ladders with Guneet. On this channel, I attempt to help you acquire and hone those skills which nobody taught you in school, nobody taught you in college, and yet I believe that these skills are the most important factor that determine your success in your career, in your personal relationships, and in your life. So if you want to climb the ladder of success with me, subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications. If you have any ideas, if you have any suggestions on topics that you would like me to talk about, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll be very happy to come up with videos on those topics. Today I am going to talk about what is considered to be one of the biggest fears of human beings. In fact, some research points out that this fear is even bigger than the fear of death. And this is called the fear of public speaking. We have all been there, standing up on the stage in front of a huge audience with our heart racing faster, with our hands going cold and numb, and our mind going completely blank. We have all been there. We have all experienced the fear of public speaking. And yet, we see these people around us that are amazing public speakers. Every time they talk, everybody wants to listen to them. They can wow the audience, they can set the stage on fire, and they have the ability to convince other people of their ideas like nobody else. In fact, I believe that ideas are the currency of 21st century. People who have great ideas have the ability to change the world. But it is not sufficient just to have a great idea. It is the ability to present that idea in a very powerful and effective manner to an audience that can really bring a change in the world. In fact, if you look at history from Winston Churchill to Abraham Lincoln to Nelson Mandela, Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, and to more recent times, Steve Jobs, Barack Obama, and even Narendra Modi. These are people who are all very powerful public speakers, and it is by the virtue of their sharing their ideas very effectively with the people around that they have been able to bring changes in our world. But I believe that you and I also have ideas just like these people that deserve to be shared with the people. We all have that ability and we all have that desire to bring an impact in the world around us. It is this fear of public speaking that is stopping us. So today I am going to share with you 4 simple tips that you can use and you can apply anytime, even if you're just a beginner or even if you have won, say, all the debate competitions in your life, you can use these 4 simple tips, 4 P's that can help you to wow any audience, to rock any stage with your ideas and to create an impact. The first P is preparation. When you look at Shah Rukh Khan giving an amazing speech on the stage, or when you look at Virat Kohli hitting a 6 after a 6, what you are looking at is only the tip of the iceberg. The major part of the iceberg is hidden below the surface. What you don't see when you see the success of a presenter is the hours and hours of hard work and preparation that they have put into it. Whether you are making a presentation or giving a speech to an audience, I would recommend that you prepare extremely well for your public speaking opportunity. If you have to speak for 15 minutes, you should prepare for at least 2 to 3 hours. If you have to speak for 2 hours, you should spend at least 1 day preparing for it. And how do you prepare? Well, the first thing that you have to keep in mind is ask yourself, what is the objective? What is the purpose of this speech or presentation? Am I trying to inform something? Am I trying to educate my audience? Or am I trying to persuade or convince them to take some action? Depending on the objective, the next question that you ask yourself is, who is my audience really? What are their needs? What are their interests? Remember that every person in your audience is listening to just one radio station. Can you guess what radio station it is? Well, it's called YFM. What's in it for me? Every person in your audience is only concerned about their own needs, their interests, their benefits. So remember that your speech has to be about them and not about you. Once you know your purpose and once you know your audience, you can now start brainstorming and start jotting down all the ideas about your topic. Whatever examples, stories, data, facts, figures, anything that you get in your mind on the internet while talking to other people, while taking a walk, while taking a shower, just keep writing all the ideas that come to your mind. Once you have all the ideas written down, again look at them and try to organize them into a logical flow. You can make a topic and several subtopics. You can make a problem and effect kind of a pattern, or a problem and solution kind of a pattern. It should follow some logical order. Once you have this logical order, once you have your content ready, you can then work on a PowerPoint presentation or any other aid like a chart paper or handouts that you want to distribute. A lot of people make this mistake of starting their preparation with a PowerPoint presentation. Remember, a PPT is only an aid. It's like a tool. Your content is more important than that aid. So first develop your content and then develop an aid if you need one. Remember that the first part of your presentation or speech is the most important one. How you open, how you start is extremely important. So try to start with a story or share a personal anecdote or just share a very surprising fact or a piece of research that completely gets the attention of your audience. Remember, well begun is half done, and that is our first P that stands for preparation. The second P is presence, and that is the difference between a written article and a speech that is performed on the stage. I always say that public speaking is like any other performing art, like acting or singing or dancing. You are supposed to enthrall the audience with your public speaking skills. In fact, that is the reason that the actual words of the speech are not as important as how you say it. I have said in my previous videos, according to Albert Mehrabian's theory of communication, only 7% of the impact of your communication comes from the actual words, and the remaining comes from your body language and your tone. So it is your presence and your style that makes a difference. So when you have to make a presentation or give a speech, be always extremely well dressed, extremely well groomed. The audience is going to notice you a lot. So even if there is a little stain on your shirt, or if there is one button missing, or your shoes are not polished, your audience is going to take notice of that and they are going to keep on being distracted. In fact, that is the reason that we say don't wear a lot of jewelry or too much makeup, because if there is something too blingy on your face or on your earrings, the audience is going to keep noticing that. Be well dressed, be well groomed, have good hair, have a confident smile, and enter with your chin up, with your back straight, with a lot of enthusiasm. If you are not excited and inspired about your topic, you can never inspire your audience. So always have a nice smile on your face, look at everybody, make eye contact. We call it the lighthouse gaze effect. Just as the light from a lighthouse travels all across, when you have people sitting in your audience all around, you should gently try to move your gaze to everybody to keep everybody engaged. Never cross your arms, never put your hands in your pockets. Avoid nervous gestures like touching your ear or playing with your hair or playing with a pen. Always keep your palms open and try to use the steeple pose, which shows confidence. It helps you position your hands in a very confident way. Even if you are feeling nervous, even if you're feeling anxious while making a speech, try to act like you're confident. Widen your stance, open your arms, and when you start acting that way, very soon you will actually start feeling confident. Try to look at your audience and try to be involved with them. Try to have a conversation. Don't keep thinking in your head what you are going to say next. Be in the moment, have fun, and that is our second P called presence. The third P is pathos. Steve Jobs' Stanford commencement speech, which came out in 2008, has been seen more than 29 million times on YouTube. What do you think is in his speech that has created an impact like that? A Greek philosopher called Aristotle gave us 3 pillars of influencing. He said that there are 3 ways to influence other people. The first one is ethos or credibility. The second one is pathos or emotions. And the third one is logos or logic. While all 3 are important elements of any speech, the most memorable and the most powerful and impactful speeches are those which rely heavily on pathos or emotions, because human beings are most moved by an emotional appeal. That is the reason why all brands choose to have emotional advertisements to to influence potential buyers. That is the reason why we like watching TV shows and movies. That is the reason why when Steve Jobs shared his life's story and shared the lessons that he had learned from his own life, he was able to stir up the emotions of 29 million people who viewed his speech on YouTube. And how can you use pathos in your own speeches and presentations? Well, the easiest way to do that is by using stories and anecdotes. You can share your own stories or stories of other people. They could be real stories or fictional stories, but the minute you start sharing stories with people in your speeches, there is a connect, there is an engagement level like no other. If you can pull it off, even humor is a really good tool to use in public speaking. When you keep on sharing your facts or opinions or ideas, your speech can tend to become very boring. It may even sound preachy. To break the monotony, try to include examples, stories, anecdotes, jokes. You can even share some really surprising facts with your audience. Say something completely opposite to what they were expecting. Surprise them, shock them, sweep them off their floors. If you try to use pathos, if you try to stir up the emotions of your audience will never forget your speech. Your audience will never forget you. And that is the third P of powerful public speaking skills, and that is pathos. The fourth P is practice. Malcolm Gladwell studied the most successful people in the world in various fields, sports, business, IT, and he concluded in his book Outliers that the most successful people have been able to master their skills by practicing for over 10,000 hours. He calls it the 10,000 hour rule. In order to master any skill, you have to practice it for 10,000 hours. He says that practice is not the thing that we do after we have become good at something. It is the thing that we do in order to become good at something. So if you want to learn swimming, you know that you have to get down in the water. And if you want to learn public speaking, you have to get up on the stage. Use every opportunity that you get to speak to an audience. Use every opportunity that you get to make a presentation. Practice in front of your friends and family and ask them for feedback. Ask them, how can I make myself better? Like any other skill, like playing cricket, like playing the guitar, like typing, cycling, swimming, like any other skill, public speaking also keeps getting better the more you practice it. So you can join the local public speaking clubs in your city like Toastmasters. You can watch TED Talks, you can watch YouTube videos of good speakers. You can record yourself in the camera and watch and try to improve yourself every time. If you keep on looking for opportunities to practice, you will keep on finding them. And the more you practice, the better you will get. And that is our fourth and last P called practice. Quickly revising the 4 P's of extraordinary public speaking. Number 1 is preparation. Number 2 is presence. Number 3 is pathos. And number 4 is practice. Public speaking can give you a competitive edge like no other. It can take you places where the best of education and the best of knowledge cannot. It's not just a step, but a giant leap on the ladder of success. Our world today needs more and more powerful speakers, and I hope and believe that you will become one too. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. To stay connected with me, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications. Also connect with me on Facebook, and I will see you again very soon.